Hello, welcome to Farm with Fred. Subscribe to this channel, share, like, and also leave a comment so that we can continue learning together and sharing our farming ideas together. This is the 21st date and the beginning of the fourth week. We are entering the fourth week after transplanting of our watermelon, and as you can see, the germination is above 95%. They have well germinated, and we are now approaching a very critical stage, or a very the very stage that each and every farmer needs to be very cautious, because if you miss anything or if you miscalculate your move at this stage, you will end up losing the target. And the main target in watermelon is the fruit production. And we are looking at good fruit, quality fruit, heavy, and a fruit that is attractive to the market, because that's what I mean. We are looking at the market more than even the production. We have to see what the market is demanding, what the consumers are looking for. This is our first top dressing. This top dressing, like I've always been telling you, before you do anything, or before planning to do anything, first ask yourself, why am I doing it? And what am I going to use in order now to, because everything is in the mind, and there is a way you want this crop to be, there is a way you want it to be. Now, you have to do it, you have to do something for it to be what you want to be. Now, at this stage, we are doing our first top dressing, and we are using a fertilizer. For those who are using the synthetic product, for those who are using the bio product, you have to use a fertilizer rich in nitrogen and also rich in phosphorus. In our case today, we are doing a fertilizer NPK 23-23-0. That means it's 23% phosphorus, nitrogen, 23% phosphorus, and 0 potassium. At this stage, we are not in need of potassium, but in the later stage, we are going to introduce the potassium. As you can see, the watermelon has started blooming, and now it's on the vegetative stage. We need a lot of root development, a lot of stem development, and we want to make it vegetative, because in the coming weeks or in the near future, all the watermelon that you are seeing, or all the plant you are seeing here, will be lying on this bed or will be lying on the other bed. Now, you want to move them from this stage to this bed, because this is the lying bed. The reason why I left this spacing from this section here, which is around 2 meters, it's 2 meters, is for this watermelon in this furrow. You can see I have 2 lines in this channel for them to lie on this side and the others to lie on the other side. Now, the others on the other hedge will lie and meet at the center here. Now, to make them, in order to make them now to come to this far, or to move them to the center, you have to feed them well. You have to make sure they vegetate well, and the speed at which they are moving, they should move at a good speed, because in farming, we are after time, we compete with the time, also at the same time looking at the market. This watermelon needs to be out of this farm by in the coming 1.25 months. So we have to make sure we give it the necessary attention, the needed nutrient, in order now to make it be at where it's supposed to be at the right time. Today, I'm doing our first fertilizer application, and I'll be showing you how everything is being done. As you can see, it's not mechanized. My fertilizer application is not mechanized. It's manual. Now, each and every stem, according to calculation, at this point is supposed to receive not less than 10 grams of fertilizers. I do in between 10 and 15 grams per plant, because I also have another top dress that is coming soon, but after I've done this one. Now, many farmers will ask me, this is the question, how are you able to know the amount of fertilizer you use? How do you measure it? You know, in Africa, we are very quick to learn, and we are very quick to approximate, and our approximation in most cases are always right. So I don't have a measuring cylinder to measure the fertilizers, but I'll show you in approximation a handful, which is this. This is a handful of fertilizer. As you can see, this is my 23 fertilizer. A handful of fertilizer, measured, tested and proven, goes for around 35 to 40 grams. You can measure it yourself if you have a weighing scale and see whether what I'm telling you is correct, is the right thing or it's not the right thing. So the handful, when I'm applying, I usually apply to 3 to 4 plants. Like I'm telling you, I'm doing in between 10 and 15 grams per plant. So I have to make sure when I'm applying the fertilizer, because there are so many methods of applying the fertilizers. You can do the broadcasting. You broadcast at this point, then you do the watering immediately after broadcasting, because like I've told you, this fertilizer is highly nitrogenous. So if you leave it, the nitrogen will evaporate in the atmosphere. So today I'm just doing the basement placement. At the same time, I'm covering my fertilizer. As you can see, this is how I apply it. So when you're applying the fertilizer, make sure your fertilizer, because like I told you, this fertilizer is rich in nitrogen, and also it's a salt. It may bring in the scorching effect to the plant. So make sure when you're applying the fertilizer, it's not touching the main crop, or it's not touching the crop. Because one, in order to make sure the crop is safe and it's not scorched by the fertilizer, so this is how we do it. And like I told you, the reason to why we are burying it, or the reason to why we are making sure we are covering it, it's a porous fertilizer. If not covered well, we may end up losing the fertilizer, the nitrogen, and it's very important at this stage. Some farmers may decide to do the broadcasting. As they do the broadcasting, they will fall with watering, because watering is very essential. It's also another means of making sure the fertilizer is well covered. So make sure you follow up that fertilizer application method. If you do the broadcasting, you can follow with watering. If you do this one, you can cover the fertilizer. As long as you are doing it manually, because mechanically some machines are in a capacity to do the application at the same they are covering. Until next time, subscribe to this channel, invite other farmers so that we can follow up the project and learn together. Bye.